back to Educators Talk with Jamel Patterson and Kobe Wells. We're here from Allen University.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing, man?
How you doing today, Jamel?
Doing great, bro.
That's
doing
good.
Great, man. Glad to be alive, dog.
That's good, man.
All right, so we're doing this podcast today, and we're going to talk about the issues based in school, not within like whether it's in school, out of school, parenting, teachers to student, the student to teachers,
Just the overall educational problem and solutions. Just the whole educational outlet itself,
And me personally, right? I grew up with a dad and mom, not them being together.
Right.
But like today, right? Like we went to what's the name of it? Bradley Elementary, right?
Yeah.
And the guy was like, he said most of the boys there don't have parents to look up to,
Right.
They
Male
had
role models.
male role models. So he wanted us to come speak to him. So we spoke to him, we was there, right? And I was, mentoring the kids, I got there, I got to look at them. And you can tell, like, most parents, like, they don't really have, like, the respect that you would think they would have to others,
Right.
And not meaning, like, they just disrespectful or not. It's more like, when somebody's talking, you look them in the eyes, you tell them, they speak to them a certain way, as most males are brought up. Mm-hmm. But not being biased, but some female parents may not give you
what a male can give you. Right.
Yeah, and I don't really, not me personally. I had a granddad dad, older male.
Yeah, same.
To tell me like when a man talking to you, look him in his eyes,
right?
So you can know what he's talking about.
Right. Shake his hand
firm.
Right.
Most kids. I mean, even though they're young, they may not know that yet. May not have started yet.
Right. Iron your clothes before you get to school.
You feel me? But
tuck your shirt in, have a belt on.
Like.
All right.
Today I witnessed that. And I feel like us as males, if we can like give them what they need, bro, like
right. And more males in the school system,
real like
in the schoolhouse, more authority. Not saying women can't have authority, but males they tend to respect men more than they respect women.
We feel me, like
in the schoolhouse.
I feel like it's just more of a dominance type of thing. Not even females show dominance. Don't get me wrong. My mom used to. Hey. I tell but when my dad used to, the deep voice, "Hey, Jamel, come here." Yeah. I stepped off for real. My mom used to tell me to come here. I used to come. I used to mumble and whatnot. But my dad, hey,
he say one snap of a finger, you there?
Hey, I'm on the way. Hey, it ain't even funny no more. You feel me? But like, I don't know. I just feel like, as a male, me personally, like, I don't know. Like, if a male tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it. Like, if I as a male, let's put it like this. Let's get off topic real quick.
Okay.
So, we watch sports every day.
All right.
We look at Ja Morant. We look at LeBron James. But we want to be like him. We grow up. We want to be millionaires. You feel me? We look up to them.
Everybody want to do that.
I feel like if you can look up to a male that's doing right, you will do right.
Right.
And I'm relating this to the education because, they don't have nobody to look up to, so they probably feeding into the wrong things. Like the guidance counselor today, he was like, they doing bad. They're not really doing their work. Maybe because they don't have nobody to, motivate them to do their work.
Right.
And I feel like that's a big issue, bro.
Right. I feel if you don't have the students engaged into the lesson or what's going on in the classroom, right, they not gonna learn. Back when I was in school, field trips and things of that nature made me want to learn. Made me want to come to school. But if teachers who sit there and just read out a book and tell you, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that, it'll make it harder for a child to learn. Won't even say learn, but make it harder for a child to pay attention.
Real. And I feel like, don't get me wrong, like teaching, us being upcoming teachers, like, going based off of curriculum, like they taught to give you certain things. But I feel like as a teacher, you got to be creative. Like, you got to switch it up a little bit. You can't, we in a new generation, like technology, you feel me? For example, technology is our everyday thing. Like, you gotta like give the students what they need, what they want. You feel me? In order for them to learn, not even to say like, you put a book in front of a kid, you put a book in front of a 19, 20-year-old, you might as well put that down. We ain't gonna read it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And the new millenniums and the new day and age, it's a technology world. So you have to learn how to navigate technology because it's a big part of the world now.
And I feel like we can't run from technology. Like yesterday in class, we had a prompt. You know, it was more like, should technology be not technology? Should phones be banned in school? But you can't ban. I ain't gonna say you can't, but phones shouldn't be banned. Like,
right?
Because at the end of the day, like we use our phones every day. Like we can look at our phone, look at a message, we open up, we reading every day. A phone is literally our education.
Right.
You know, so like imagine if we ban that in school. That's limiting our education. It's making us not want to go to school, making them not want to go to school. So I feel like, technology is like a big thing in school too.
And banning technology, like I said earlier, you really can't. You can, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? Because outside of school, technology there. Really? It got so advanced now that you can put the phone by the card reader.
Yeah, hey,
and you ain't even gotta tap it. I mean, you ain't even gotta pull your card out. Just put your phone by the.
I mean, like, so think about it like this. As an older teacher, we're a younger teacher, so that's our goal, to change the education that's given to the younger kids. So, like, the older adults built the generation for us, so we're gonna build a generation for them, and we gotta build the generation up so they can make the world more positive. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Right.
Donald Trump banned TikTok. The world went to. You feel me? I ain't even going.
You ain't got to take it there, but.
Yeah, but you feel me?
Yeah.
Hey, TikTok gives life lessons. Don't get me wrong. Now it might be bad. It got its bad. It got its bads. But you feel me? It got its positive too. Now, come on now. Let me know when you can't learn that in school, when finding out you can work any type of technology you want.
Right.
From TikTok, rather than working it from, a book.
So I have a question for you there, Patterson.
Talk to me.
How can parents better support teachers in schools?
No, as parents, bro, I feel like I'm not a parent, so I don't know. So as a parent, from my perspective, I think sit down talk. Like, we sitting down right now, I feel like a face-to-face talk without the student. What can I do to make your child better? What can I do to give your child? Because a parent knows his child better than a teacher may know his child.
Right.
But don't get me wrong. It could be a situation where the teacher knows the student
more than
the parent.
Right.
But I feel like you got to sit down and talk with them. What can I do to make your child better? What can I do in class? What can I do outside of class? Is there something that he needs more specifically, more attention than any other student may feel?
Right.
But some parents may feel different. Why you giving this student that much attention more than mine?
Right. And they might be a slower developer and student than other students, right? So you might have to take your time out with certain students and help them learn more, as in what's the word? As in like breaking it down, breaking the subject down to them and doing this. And I feel, how the parent can help, as in teaching wise, is helping the child with homework or, doing the little things that count.
All right. So let me ask you this question.
I'm listening.
What are the biggest challenges students face in school? What would you think?
Biggest challenges, I feel like being themselves.
Being themselves? I respect
just because of what the world is today, a lot of people can't be themselves because they be looked at in a certain light. And they don't want to be looked at in that light. So a lot of students don't go to class or don't do the work in class because they may be called nerd, but they don't want to be put in that light as a nerd.
As a nerd, okay.
Right. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like I can see where you're coming from on that. Because in a certain stand, like, I don't want to be no nerd. I want to be an athlete. I want to be like this dude. I want to be like that dude. You are who you hang around. That's what they say.
Right.
But I feel like you feed into what you see.
Right, and like going back to being themselves, this kid might like the newest J's come out.
You feel me?
And he don't get them, so he likes some New Balance, but he ain't gonna wear them New Balance Cause them New Balance ain't fly like them J's,
like them
and
J's.
he don't want to get janked on,
By
them kids and called lame. So he don't want to be seen and perceived in that light as lame. So he
and I'm gonna go back to this. I feel like that's why social media is a big part of education. Not only can a kid look at a dude, he'll look at this guy, that guy. He wearing New Balances. He gonna be like, oh man, he can wear them. I could wear them, but when he going to school, he getting clowned because that's not what.
That's not the popular thing.
That's not in the school, but like on social media, you can wear whatever you want to. Like man, nowadays you feel me? They wearing whatever. They put blue with green, with yellow and orange. They out here looking like who did it and why. You feel me? And but to them, it's hard. You feel me?
So I that's why I feel like that's the biggest challenge in school.
I feel like that's a major challenge in the school. I don't even have no conclusion on that. That's just the biggest challenge on it.
All right.
It's just crazy.
So do you think the community plays a big role in the school?
The communities? Yeah. I mean, like another relate. Let's say this kid was today, for example, we had a kid at the Bradley Elementary. He was just like, my brother a thug, I'm my brother in the streets. I want to be like him. Hey, you see what you around, you probably gonna want to be it. You feel me?
Right. And in cases for the people who watching, you don't have to be what you brung up in.
You feel me? You can be the difference. Like you don't have to be. You don't got to be a thug. You don't got to be an athlete.
If you come from the projects, you don't have to be the project.
You feel me? You can change the projects if that's your motivation.
Right.
You feel me?
And a lot of kids in school grow up to be a statistic because they don't want to be, like I said earlier, they don't want to be looked in that light and perceived as something that's not popular. So if you think toting guns and this and that into the school and smoking vapes and all of this is the popular way, that's what the kids gonna do.
Right. And that's the community. Like if you say that in your community, that's probably what they're gonna do. So I feel like in conclusion, communities play a big role. So like if you're watching this and you're a part of the community and you're making a bag factor, I'm not demanding it, but you're bringing up the generation to be what you are. So damaging the generation is basically what I'm saying.
Right.
I feel like the community does damage the generation.
Right. And that's why I say, so you don't have to be another statistic from where you come from. If you come from the projects, change the projects. You know what I'm saying? Be the first kid out of that projects that go to college and be successful. You don't have to be successful. You don't have to go out and trap and do different things that's what's being done in your projects, because that's the only thing you see. You have to. It's more to life than where you from. It's more than life than where you from.
All right, let me ask you this then, right?
I'm listening.
Are students comfortable discussing these issues to anybody? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, are they comfortable discussing these issues with their parents?
What issues?
As in, like, the community issues. Like, let's say they are having issues in school, having issues outside of school.
I feel majority of the kids don't look at it. Well, what age group we talking about?
We could talk about. Let's talk about middle school. We in the middle with it right now. Let's talk about going into high school. They've been from elementary school, from 8th grade. They done seen people get shot. They done seen a gun.
Right.
Selling weed.
Okay, so how I think some people, the only way they know how to handle their trauma is not saying nothing, right?
Right.
And retaliation.
Okay.
So
that's what they brought up around.
Right. So some people might not want to talk about it, so they go retaliate and do what they've been seeing since they were, little. So
right.
If they seen they dad, hitting on the mom, they gonna go hit on the girlfriend because that's all they seen. They whole, what I'm saying?
That's the community, and like not even the community. That's just what they see, so that's what they do.
Right. So some people, like I say, majority people do that, but you have some out there that want to change and want to be different, so they may go and talk to a counselor or talk to their friends about it. You know what I'm saying? So they know how to handle their trauma.
All right, and then I feel like with certain situations, like you gotta just understand, like kids, as teachers, parents, whatever, parent, guardian, you can't wait for the child to reach out to you. You got to reach out to them first. You know, like a kid's going like even adults, we hold stuff in for longer because we don't have nobody to express it to. You know? And I feel like kids, they not gonna reach out to nobody. They not taught to reach out to nobody, especially at a young age. They're not taught to be like, okay, I'm about to just go tell how I'm feeling, because they get again, if they talk to their friends, they get bullied maybe because they talking about their feelings or whatnot, and it's not. You feel me? It ain't it.
So I have a question for you.
Talk to me.
What how do you feel about standardized tests in schools?
What you mean by it?
As in like the ACT and just state required tests and things of that nature.
Okay, for me, I feel biased about them. Like I don't really. What does that test do outside of, okay, don't get me wrong, we do tests throughout the whole school year.
Right.
You feel me? We do the same test over and over again. We just testing ourselves on the same test we took again, just put together. What's the point of it? That's why I think, like, why not just give us a math test, a reading test, an English test, like stuff that we probably gonna use every day in life. Not to get me wrong, ACT probably just gonna get you it's gonna make you look good in college.
Right.
SAT can make you look good in college. It's gonna give you what you need in college. You feel me? And I don't feel like that's the point, bro. Right. I feel like if you're gonna take the ACT, I mean, yeah, if you want to do it to get into a good college, get into like Spelman or whatnot, you feel me? I understand that. But if you're just trying to why we don't have tests? I can say this: why don't we have tests to give us real life stuff?
Right.
Finances, taxes.
So do you think school prepares you for the real world? Or sugar codes?
I feel like school prepares you for the real world, but the education part doesn't.
Right. Okay.
Let me explain this.
I'm listening.
So the education, right? I mean, yeah, you use math, you use reading every day, right? But what you do every day? You walk around, you be around people, right?
Right.
High school, middle school, elementary school prepare you for this.
Socializing.
Right. You feel me? As my granddad told me, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know.
That's right.
So you feel me? Like you can go around school, make your best friend, that best friend for the longest. Y'all talk every day, you getting more social, you getting more active, you're expressing your feelings to the society,
right,
the community. So you're getting yourself prepared for the real world rather than education get you prepared for the real world. Education don't get me wrong, education take you a long way. Don't let me knock that. But that communication part take you way further than anything.
Okay.
That's how I feel, man.
So what would be like one policy you would change in the school system?
Policies? I can't really say. I don't really know all the policies. Can't even lie. But
just from you being in school as long as you have.
From me being in school, I'm gonna say like putting restrictions on students. Putting restrictions on students make them feel like they locked in. They can't. You feel me? They can't express themselves.
Right.
Like telling students you can't do this, you can't do that. Don't get me wrong. The rules are rules, but I feel like certain rules got to be set for certain age groups. Like if we high school, I don't think we should put no restrictions on like you can't do this, you can't walk in the hall. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, those students should be walking the hall like every 5 minutes, but like
right,
you can't put no restrictions on those students because that's a certain way the policy says you got to do. I mean, like at the end of the day, you got to make a student comfortable to be in school.
Right.
Like, for example, kids drop out of school because they don't like what's going on in the school.
Right.
So like,
or they community.
Right.
They are too deep into what society wants them to be, especially as young black men.
For real.
They too deep in what the music make them or what society want them to be. Like I say, like they go into the picture that society has already painted for them before they were even born.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel that's why a lot of the dropout rates has grown over the years. because of the music influence, and that's why a lot of kids drop out.
All right, so let me ask you this question: Do you think students feel safe in school? Do you think they feel more safe in school or in the community?
Community, because in school, like I said earlier, you can't be yourself.
All right.
Like you can be yourself if you follow what trends are going, or you know what I'm saying. But if you know you like to sit down and paint and
Right.
and play Nintendo Switches, you know what I'm saying?
Like the little 2K Madden.
Right,
and
2K Madden. You know, you
Yeah.
like to do that all day, but your
Right.
friend, he like to do what, street activity, blah blah blah. So now you doing the street activity to fit in.
All right.
So you really can't, you know what I'm saying? But in your community, you can be yourself.
Real.
So you feel safer where you can be yourself, and that's just me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
So
gotta get that man around the
you
Come on. My boy cooking, man. We cooking right now, y'all.
what are your thoughts on it?
I feel like the community makes you safe, If I'm with you on that, like students don't feel I didn't feel safe in high school, with like I'm saying, like I'm in my community, I'm myself. I can do what I want to. I don't feel like not even the safety part of it, I feel like mentally,
Right.
like mentally safe. I can be who I am. I can be myself. I can express my way how I want to express my way rather than being in school and I got to be in a shell. Like I know certain other people, but I can't act a certain way around them because then I get looked at, especially like this generation now. Mm-hmm. You gonna get judged about whatever you do. You can look, dress, act. You can blink too hard, they're gonna say something.
Yeah, they're gonna say something. And that's why I say a lot of students feel safer in their communities.
In their communities. Now, that's just us though. Y'all can let us know y'all opinions, but that's just us. You feel me? Now, let me ask you another question. Like,
Yeah.
so, man, this one deep, dog. This one here deep, bro. Do you think there are like enough programs going on to keep students out of trouble, and like whether then it's programs to keep students safe in the community or in school? Like, are there programs enough? Are there enough programs?
I feel it. There are programs, right? There's a good amount of programs, and there can always be more. But for the programs to work, the child or the kid, the student has to want to change. You know what I'm saying? They have to want to feel that change, knowing that they don't want to be what they come from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it could be 3 million, you know what I'm saying, programs out there. But if the child don't want to change or nothing like that, then the program's not gonna help. So I do feel it's enough out there, but it can always be more.
But do you think the enough is enough? Like,
Nah.
see, I don't think like everybody can be a football player. Everybody can be a basketball. Everybody can be an athlete. Everybody can be, or whatever. But
Right.
like for us, example, we football athletes, right?
Right.
But that don't mean we here to play football. We here for a bigger picture. Like, and I feel like that's an issue feeding into kids' heads now. Like, I asked the kid today, what you wanted to be? I want to be I want to be a basketball player. I want to be a football player. What you want to do in school? Oh, I'm gonna drop out of school. I'm gonna go be a football player, basketball player. I feel like that's the issue, bro.
Yeah, right. And they don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they are at such a young age.
Right.
But once you get older, you'll see as in school is important, but things happen. You know what I'm saying? So, once they get older, they'll obviously know that I have to go to school.
Gotta go to school. Gotta do
to play football. I have to make good grades or whatnot. But
do you feel like we got enough sports, we got enough things that make the school look good, but do we have enough things to make the students feel good? Like,
are you speaking here at Allen or are you speaking just in general?
Let's speak at Allen. We got football, we got basketball, right?
Right.
We got soccer, we got all these sports, right? But do we have help?
Yeah, I feel we do. You know what I'm saying? And it's exposed in every way. But like I say earlier, for someone to get help, you're gonna have to want help.
Right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
is there enough attention to get it? Like, is there, are we putting it out there that we're providing help?
I feel the administration is.
I feel like they are too. I feel like not even the administration. I feel like some teachers are too.
Right.
For example, Miss Baines, our teacher, she wants it to be great. Like she doesn't set the minimum for us. She knows
She want us to be overachievers.
overachievers. You
Right.
feel me? Like she,
Reach for the stars, buddy.
hey, hello, hey, like we say,
Hey,
it's in the air. It ain't on the floor no more.
it ain't on the floor no more.
Hey,
Reach for the stars,
reach
man.
for the stars. And I feel like a lot of teachers do that too. But I feel like, again, with the communities, we weaken ourselves. We tell ourselves like we don't need this, we don't need that. We're gonna do it on our own. But you know, we got a lot of help. Now I feel like we're not reaching out for that too.
Do you think it's enough programs for people who getting bullied?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say this because bullying comes in many forms, whether it's verbal,
Cyber.
you feel me? Like
Right.
phones is bullying. Like I can text somebody and be like, you this and that, you're not gonna never amount to nothing. You feel me?
Right.
But that's not gonna change nothing, you know? And technology, don't get me wrong, it has its bads, it has its goods. But when it comes to bullying, I feel like bullying is not, people don't look at bullying as, oh, it's a major factor, but it's really a major factor. But what grade level are we talking on? Are we talking on college, high school, middle school, elementary?
Every level. You know what I'm saying?
If we say every grade level, it's very important. I don't feel like it's not enough programs to stop it. You know, of course we can go here, we can do this, we can prevent it, but it's not enough programs to stop it. You know,
Right.
because at the end of the day, bullying is going to be bullying. What you can see, you can block a person on social media, you can still see this person every day.
Every day.
You can suspend this person. You can see the next person every day. So I mean, like, it's gonna continue to happen over and over and over again. And I feel like it gets to the point to some students, like, you know, suicidal.
Right.
I feel like that shouldn't be an issue. I feel like we should prevent this.
Right.
We don't want a limitation. We don't put a limitation on students.
So what do you think would be like an engaging thing to do like what would you do to engage students into your lesson plans or your lesson that you teaching that day? What would be some things you would do?
All right. So to start off with, I feel like with certain grade level, what grade level are we talking about? 'Cause I think I would like to.
What grade you want to teach?
I haven't made my mind up, but I'm not gonna lie. I think I want to teach high school, middle school. You know, develop them
Right, okay.
to the real world. But if I'll go to high school and then I'll give them the information on. I feel like a class. I feel like there should be a class dedicated to what you need in the real world. Not necessarily what you need, but what you are expected to see.
Right.
You know?
What the real world is going to be like.
Yeah, and I feel like as a lesson planner, I'll develop ways, like I'll do activities, on-hand activities, you know.
Right.
Maybe like a skit, like I'll walk outside, you'll see this, you'll see that, but how are you going to react to it? You know, reacting to a lot of things is like life, you know.
Right.
You can't react just because somebody makes you mad. You can't go fight them. You can't go do this because at our age, I'm 19, so I go out here and go hit somebody, I'm going to jail.
That's right. Right.
You know,
and and I feel like when I was coming up back in school, back in high school, it was some teachers that give you the real. You know what I'm saying?
So I feel like some teachers not gonna straight up give you the real deal, schmeckler.
Right. Some teachers give you the real. So I feel whenever I get in the field of education, I will be that teacher to give you the real. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat the world to you because the world not gonna sugarcoat itself for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like, you know, it's a lot of teachers who not gonna give you the real, but I feel like I would be that teacher. I want to make the difference in the culture that we're giving right now. You know,
right. And I don't want the kids that I teach or you know future teaching. I don't want them to go into the world blinded.
right? And they go in the world blinded, and it just eliminates the next generation. So like, what we feed into this generation, it's gonna feed into the next generation, and then the next generation. So like, and it keeps going on and on and on. So like,
Gonna break that generational curse.
exactly. So like, if we, as our generation, if we change this, you know, like, it can be the difference. You feel me?
All right.
Like, you know, I feel like that's it. Like, we just be the difference. You know, straight up, straight like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Hey man, so you know, you got me and Kobe.
You know what I'm saying?
You feel me? And
y'all,
we just,
y'all catch us on the episode 2 of Educators Talk.
you
man.
feel me?
Hey,
It's in the air. It ain't on the floor.
hey, you know, thank y'all for watching today. Y'all have a good one.